field, you know. There's no power here. There's no power here. There's no power, that's good. Oh, yeah. Should be powerful. As far as the scoreboard. And the ducting as far as behind here, so that's the one of the line for. Have these strings right on it. Have these strings right on it. That's power. As we hear next year now, there's no point in breaking sockets and killing it for a couple of £100 when we're worth doing new stuff.
I know, yeah, but at the same time, none of that's a...
Starts to rain to be a hard crowd on the next year in the atmosphere.
After reading 9 points, his goal was 8 points. He arrived 9 points, SP 133. Temperature 580, short 2 points. And Shannon Gaels 110, 10 points, 7 points.
Here's the Gaels. He can kick it left line, but he's a bit lazy.
There are no changes on the team. Both were selected.
Here's the hobby at now in the subs McHale. Mike McHale will be the first one, and Dave Keys will be the first two subs. A bit later than he looks though, you know what I mean? You don't see a fella that this one, it turns out big. Kate, will you put me through to Joe? I'm going to stay on the line now. Okay. Well. Hello. The parade is on at the moment, and we'll be with you whenever you're finished in Longford.
Park a minute. Is it over in Pierce Park?
No, I'm. That's no. Oh, that is not no. There's about 10 minutes to go. Hello. It's going to rain. Okay. Stand. Join us here at the park of the minute for the mother of Paddy O'Connor here, and the ball is about to be thrown in by the league referee, Tony Flaherty. We're looking forward to a great county final here between these two teams. I think it's going to rain very shortly. The backs are back, the forward are forward. Luke Dolan has moved out from his named position at corner forward. He's out in the half forward line, and he's marking Declan Duke there. Declan Duke has been told to go over the far side of the field, and the ball is about to be thrown in. Declan Duke is now on the far side of the field, and they have detailed Kieran Heenahan to mark Luke Dolan, and the ball is in and the game is on. The 1994 Royal Hotel Roscommon final, and Pádraig Oates has the ball, left-footed from Pádraig Oates. He's looking for Fergal O'Donnell inside, who puts his hands on the ball, and it hops to Alan Nolan. Alan Nolan back towards Kevin McStay, the former Mayo All-Star. He's inside, he's 21 yards out, left-footed, half blocked down inside, and fisted on by Liam McNeil in there, and it's caught by the Strokestown goalie as the rain absolutely cascades down here at Dr. Hyde Park, and the ball has gone out for a 50. Donald Hanley put that ball out, and an early chance for Roscommon Gaels gone a begging, and the crowd scurry for cover here at Dr. Hyde Park, and it's a 50 for the Roscommon Gaels men right in the first minute of this game, and Emmett Sweeney is over there to take this one. And a very heavy shower here. It was a lovely day all through the day, and now a very heavy shower of rain here at Dr. Hyde Park, and it will make conditions very, very slippy, and there's gloves being thrown out to all the players as Emmett Sweeney gets ready to kick this one from the 50-yard line. Right-footed from Emmett Sweeney. It's a good one, but it's dropping about 21 yards out inside towards Ross Shannon, but it falls for Seamus Shield. Seamus Shield, a bad clearance from him though. Back towards Benji Penny, over the bar for Benji Penny and Roscommon Gaels, and a good start for Roscommon Gaels. Benji Penny slotting that one over the bar from about 25 yards out, and that's a good start for the Gaels, Tony.
Very good, and Benji Penny was very sharp there, because with the rain coming down, there's going to be a lot of mistakes made, and Benji was on like a flash there, and it scored a terrific point for the Gaels.
Very good score for Roscommon Gaels. It's 1 point to no score at Dr. Hyde Park. An absolutely terrible evening now. The rain is absolutely coming down in buckets here. A terrible evening as Donald Hanley gets ready to kick out the ball from the 21-yard line out into the centre of the field. Players slipping already, and John Towie has it. He's trying to get out. He fists the ball over the far side of the field, over towards Ronan Owens. Owens gets the ball back towards Michael Donnan, who's pulled to the ground and holds onto the ball, and the referee in there, what's the referee going to do? And I don't know whether you can hear it in the background, but the rain is absolutely hammering against the top of the stand here. It's one of the heaviest showers of rain I've seen for a long, long time, and the crowds are scurrying, and in fact there's a few people sitting out on the seats here in front of me, and they're getting absolutely soaked. And the reason that there's a break in the play is that Michael Donlan went down low for that ball, and there's a bit of concern about him out there in the centre of the field. The Strokestown mentors are out there with him. Roland McPhillips having a look in to see, and I think Roscommon Gaels will end up with a free here for over-carrying the ball. So we didn't see the incident there, and Tony, this is terrible weather conditions, and there's going to be a lot of mistakes now.
It is indeed, and I think that added to Michael Donlan's problem there when he was going for the ball. One of the Roscommon Gaels players slid into him and caught him on the ankle, and I think Anthony Flaherty was unsighted, and with the torrential rain, and now the advantage goes to Roscommon Gaels, and Pádraig Oates is about to take the free, as we see.
Pádraig Oates from the centre of the field, and it's going to drop in over the head of Fergal O'Donnell and Damien Donlan, his marker, and it drops to the goalkeeper Donald Hanley out the far side of the field. There's going to be a lot of mistakes in this game. Emmett Sweeney has grabbed the ball over the far side of the field, and down low go for it. There is Lee McNeil. Lee McNeil back towards Pádraig Oates, very high from Pádraig Oates. Fergal O'Donnell slips coming out for the ball. Ross Shannon gets his hand to it, and Damien Donlan pulls on the ball first time, that out over the far side of the field, and it's gone out over the sideline, and it's 1 point to no score for Roscommon Gaels, and there's 2.5 minutes gone in this Royal Hotel County Senior Football Final. Kicked high from the Gaels inside, and dropped by one of the Strokestown backs. Ross Shannon has come up with it, gives it back towards Lee McNeil, over the far side towards Benji Penny, right footed from Benji Penny. What a tremendous score from Benji Penny, and Benji Penny kicked 6 points in the county semi-final, and he has kicked that one over the bar. That's a tremendous score, and that will lift the Gaels, Tony. Absolutely,
and Benji Penny is very same as in the South final. He's running off the breaking ball at all times, and he's very sharp and very accurate today, and he has put Roscommon Gaels into a 2-point lead, and I'm sure at the treacherous conditions we're in at the moment, are 2 excellent points.
Terrible weather conditions, torrential rain here at Dr. Hyde Park as Donald Hanley kicks out the ball high into the centre of the field. Roscommon Gaels doing well so far, and but it's Strokestown who are on the attack. Dropped there, but not by John Towie, who's very close to the sideline. Benji Penny is with him. That looked like a foul on John Towie. In fact, it was Benji Penny committing the foul there, and John Towie will get this free. It's about 65 yards out, just inside the far sideline over there, and Ronan McPhillips, the experienced Ronan McPhillips, is got out there to take this free. He was going to take the option of a quick one, and we see the crowd over on the far side of the field huddled in under the cover which is provided here at Dr. Hyde Park. Ronan McPhillips, a very high one, in towards James Lyons, and it's broken down by the full forward there, Owen Donlan, and a lot of loose play as you'd expected. In fact, it's a Roscommon Gaels ball pulled off one of the Strokestown players and out the far side of the field, and it looks like Clifford MacDonald will be the one to take this one. In fact, it's not, it's Declan Duke who's going back to take it. Declan Duke, who has been on this Roscommon Gaels team since 1981, and he kicks it in towards the centre, and there's a lot of mistakes being made in there, and one of the Roscommon Gaels players has gone down injured. In fact, that looked like Tom Lyons. In fact, it is Tom Lyons, and Tom Lyons has taken the free up the far side of the field. A lot of breaking ball. There won't be much clean catching in this torrential rain, and it's Strokestown who have it. Ronan Owens does well, right footed from Ronan Owens, but he has overcarried the ball. Referee Anthony Flaherty awarding the free to Roscommon Gaels, and it's 2 points to no score. There's 5 minutes gone in the first half here, and Benji Penny has his hands on the ball, but he's not going to take it. Emmett Sweeney does, and he kicks it in towards Fergal O'Donnell, and the ball has slipped through the Strokestown cover, but it's well fielded there by Richard Dolan, and he gets it back towards Damien Donlan, the full-back, the county player, right footed out towards the centre of the field, and Emmett Sweeney goes for it, but the ball has gone past him, but he goes back to retrieve it, and he flips the ball into his midfield partner there, Pádraig Oates. Pádraig Oates getting it hard to get away from Ronan Owens, is pulled by Ronan Owens, kicks the ball quickly in towards Fergal O'Donnell. The big full forward has it, left with it from Fergal O'Donnell. It's very high, it's not going to go over, it's going to drop for Ross Shannon inside, and he flips the ball on, but it's very well done by Richard Glover in there. Is fouled on the way out, and will be a free for the Strokestown men about 14 yards out from the Strokestown goal, and Ronan Owens down, or Richard Glover rather, down, injured momentarily, but he'll be okay as the rain eases off somewhat, but still a very heavy shower as Donald Hanley gets ready to take this free. 2 points to no score for the Roscommon Gaels men, and about 7 minutes gone in the first half here at Dr. Hyde Park. Right footed from Donald Hanley out into the centre of the field. Benji Penny goes for it, but he doesn't get it. So does Emmett Sweeney. He doesn't get it. He fists it away. Michael Donlan gets it, and he gives it towards Leo Shield on this side of the field. Leo Shield kicks it in towards Declan Duke, who fists it away towards Kieran Heenan, who kicks it way over the far side of the field, over towards Lee McNeil. Ball skidding off the turf and out over the sideline, and a sideline kick over there for the Strokestown men. Richard Dolan will take this one. Right footed from him, very high into the centre of the field. Pádraig Oates looks favoured to catch this one, and he does catch it. And ball squirted away from him there, but the referee saying that Ronan Owens had pulled him there, and it's a free out for the Roscommon Gaels men about 55-60 yards out from their own goal as the rain eases off considerably, but it is still raining heavily, which will give you an idea of the type of rain we've had here at Dr. Hyde Park here since the game has started. So Kieran, I keep commentating there. David Hoare with the ball out towards the centre of the field, and he gives it in towards Pádraig Oates, and Pádraig Oates has kicked it high in towards Ross Shannon, who mishandles the ball, and he was in a good position there on that particular occasion, but Seamus Shield has cut out that very well out towards Ronan Owens in the middle of the field, and Ronan Owens has got a blow from one of the Roscommon Gaels players, but he gets his clearance away very well. Leo Shield has it, right footed from Leo Shield down towards the fullback James Lyons. Declan Duke picks up very well, right footed from him over towards this side of the field. A good catch from Kieran Heenan in the wet conditions. A very good pass over towards Alan Nolan, the young minor star Alan Nolan, and in fact that's a foul there on the cornerback, the Strokestown cornerback Richard Glover, and it's a free for the Strokestown men. Alan Nolan going in for that challenge there and giving away that free. It's 2 points to no score. Now it's Richard Glover kicks the ball out into the centre of the field. Declan Duke there waiting for it. He mishandles it, but it comes back as far as Pádraig Oates, who's hit hard. I know that, Joe. Out towards Cliffy MacDonald. Cliffy MacDonald up towards Kevin McStay. Great turn inside by Kevin McStay, and he has kicked it into the corner, but that ball is going out to the left and out wide, so that's a wasted chance for Roscommon Gaels there. Let's hear what the score is now. Very nearly over now.
Who's winning?
Tell you in a second. We've just gone back to it there now. Great catch. Great score. Well, 9.5. Flash seems to be playing well.
They're right, did he get back in
Score
there?
yet, but
He'll have been making a drive, but...
Donald's playing well.
He's playing well, yeah.
Devon. I keep going here now. Back to me, I'll keep doing this. Now Emmett Sweeney going to take this 50 after that great score there by Fergal O'Donnell, and he kicks it in high. It's dropping in the danger area. It's not gone over the bar. It's not. It's gone just out to the right, and it's gone out wide. So Donald Hanley will kick out this ball from the edge of the small square. It's 3 points to no score. Roscommon Gaels have started very well in this county final. Donald Hanley, right-footed, out towards the far side of the field, and it's caught over there on the far side of the field by Lee McNeil, goes down low. That appeared to be a foul on Lee McNeil. In fact, it was, and it's a free over the far side of the field. Going to be taken by Emmett Sweeney over there. Emmett Sweeney, who has started well for Roscommon Gaels, and Roscommon Gaels starting very well against Strokestown, who haven't managed to get the ball up the field. I see Luke Dolan very deep at the moment, and he'll be looking for the ball. Another good free from Emmett Sweeney, dropping in the danger area there, and it's missed by everybody, and it has hit the side netting, and it's very dangerous there. And Donny Shine, that was very dangerous there. That could have dropped into the net.
Absolutely, Seamus. Just the conditions that we're in, anything like this can happen today, but certainly the Gaels have settled down much quicker than Strokestown, and Strokestown haven't got the ball up even within scoring range at all. So the Gaels are really running well at the moment, and they need to add on the scores when they are. Like, I'm sure they will remember 2 years ago against Strokestown before.
Yes, indeed. On that occasion, Roscommon Gaels led by 1-5 to no score. Strokestown came back to draw with them. So Strokestown know well that they have the measure of this Gaels team. But can the Gaels keep the pressure up? That's Ronan Owens, and he has kicked the ball in towards the corner forward. And that was in towards Marcus Hanley. And Strokestown are on the move now. James Lyons has gone out for it with Owen Donlan. And that appeared to be a foul on Owen Donlan. In fact, it was. So the first blood there in that clash of James Lyons and Owen Donlan. And it's a free in over there on the far side of the field. And to take it will be John Towie, I presume. John Towie, the centre half forward. So it looks like John Towie is going to take this one from way over on the far side of the field. It's on the 14-yard line, though. It's a poor one, and in fact, that was Martin McDermott that took that one. John Towie is on the ball now, and he has given the ball back, though, and it's Declan Duke who has it right footed from Declan Duke down towards Ross Shannon, and ball missing both players, but Ross Shannon is on the run now, and Lee McNeil is with him, and Ross Shannon picks up the ball. A good pass from Ross Shannon in towards Lee McNeil, but he has had to come back in order to get the ball into his hands. Alan Nolan has it now, gives it inside. In towards Ross Shannon, back towards Alan Nolan, who pulls on it left-footed, and it's caught inside, though, very well by Richard Glover, out towards this side of the field. Can you be called? indeed, Joe. There's somewhere in the order of 14 and a half minutes gone here in the first half. The rain has cleared away, thankfully, for the big crowd here, and Roscommon Gaels continue to dominate. They lead by 3 points to no score. You heard about the first two. Fergal O'Donnell, of whom so much is expected from Roscommon Gaels, kicked a tremendous point there not so long ago, and he got round his man Damien Donnan and kicked a superb point. Roscommon Gaels are doing well at the moment. They seem to be able to hold anything that Strokestown have to throw at them, but a long way to go here in this county final. 3 points for Roscommon Gaels, no score for the Strokestown men as yet. Four of them.
Doing well, pouring them around him there. He did well to hold on to the ball.
6 minutes left. Slashers are going into the lead, 111 to 110. So a chance for Roscommon Gaels here. Ross Shannon after that foul on Fergal O'Donnell. 4 men around him. He managed to hold on to the ball, did very well. And Ross Shannon will attempt to kick this ball over the bar for the Roscommon Gaels men to put them into a 4-point lead. It's about 35 yards out, as you can see, and left-footed from Ross Shannon, and he has kicked that way out wide. And that's a poor miss for Roscommon Gaels. They should be getting those ones.
Absolutely. That was a free straight in front of the goal. I was sure Ross would put that one over the bar, and Roscommon Gaels would have put on a 4-point lead. Roscommon Gaels have settled down very well. They're playing the better football. Fergal O'Donnell is obviously using them well as a target man. Strokestown have yet to settle down and yet to get their game plan going.
Donald Hanley will kick out the ball from the edge of the small square. Roscommon Gaels have done well so far, but there's a long way to go. 16 minutes only gone here at Dr. Hyde Park, and a couple of injuries already. Donald Hanley, right-footed, out into the centre. Caught well there, but dropped by Alan Nolan. But Kevin McStay has it now, and an attempted tackle on him goes wrong. But that's a poor pass from Kevin McStay, an illegal one, says referee Tony Flaherty, and it's a free out for the Strokestown men. And Strokestown haven't got going yet, as Damien Donlan, their captain, will kick out this free about 40 yards out, right-footed. It's a good one over towards this side of the field. A very intelligent free there from the Strokestown captain back towards Luke Dolan. Left-footed from Luke Dolan, very high, and it's going to drop about 30 yards out and out towards this side of the field, and Pádraig Oates has it, and Pádraig Oates out towards Kieran Heenan. Kieran Heenan very high in towards Fergal O'Donnell once again. O'Donnell has got the ball back towards Kevin McStay. Very good from Kevin McStay. Oh, a tremendous pass from Kevin McStay all the way over to Benji Penny, and Benji Penny has got inside his man and he's been dragged to the ground, and that's a free for the Roscommon Gaels men. That was a superb pass from Kevin McStay, 50 yards across the field, and that was nice play, Donny.
Very good, and Ross had run to the left corner forward position for that, and it is very good pass for Kevin McStay to pick out Benji Penny, and Benji only was pulled down, was in for a goal there, and certainly it would put it up to Strokestown if that was the case.
Ross Shannon will take this free. He should kick this one over the bar. He missed the last one, and Roscommon Gaels lead by 3 points to no score. 17 and a half minutes gone here in the first half. Ross Shannon runs, strikes, and this is a better one. It's over the bar. It's 4 points for Roscommon Gaels now, and it's no score for Strokestown. Strokestown very subdued so far, Donny.
Very subdued, and Roscommon Gaels really have settled down. Actually, 3 of their forwards have scored at the moment, so Roscommon Gaels, I'm sure, are very happy with their display so far, and Strokestown will certainly have to start doing something in this part of the game now.
So it's another kick out for Donald Hanley, who appears to have some sort of a bandage hanging there, and he's got rid of that, and he's going to kick out the ball from the 21-yard line. Kicked out by Donald Hanley out into the centre of the field, and Luke Dolan goes high, but he doesn't get it, but it's caught by Colm Dowd there. Colm Dowd, a good pass to Owen Donlan, who seems to have come out towards the centre of the field, and Owen Donlan has acres of room in front of him here. Roscommon Gaels will have to cut down on the space. They're not able to do that. That's an excellent score for the Strokestown men. It gets them off the mark, and Owen Donlan had a lot of room there, Donny.
Absolutely, he picked up a good ball there, and he went straight through. He carried the ball about 50 yards and kicked over a good point from 30 metres out, and that should certainly get Strokestown going, and they needed that very much, and the game needed it also.
Owen Donlan has moved out into the centre of the field. Ronan Owens is now full forward, and the Owen Donlan is now in the centre of the field. So Chris Grogan, this is one of the first times he's got a chance to kick out the ball, and it's 4 points to 1. And there's 19 minutes gone in the first half here at Dr. Hyde Park. Chris Grogan will kick out the ball. A very good kick out into the centre of the field. Pádraig Oates punches it on, and it comes as far as Benji Penny, who's fouled there by Ronan McPhillips. And Ronan McPhillips been spoken to sternly by referee Anthony Flaherty as the rain begins to come down once again. A good kick from Benji Penny in towards Fergal O'Donnell, who's round his man once again and appears to have been pulled there, but no free, says the referee. Back towards Benji Penny, and Benji Penny fits the ball back towards Liam McNeil, who gets away from a lot of traffic there and has run back into traffic once again. Back towards Kevin McStay. McStay left-footed. Is that ball going to screw out for a 50? In fact, it has, and Roscommon Gaels are going to maintain the pressure here. It's 4 points to 1 for Roscommon Gaels, and it's a 50. each. So Emmett Sweeney going to take this 50 for the Roscommon Gaels men, and danger here for the Strokestown men. 4 points to 1, and I make it that there's just over 20 minutes gone in this game here. A terrible weather conditions for the players here as Emmett Sweeney strikes the ball right footed. It's a very high one, and it's going to drop out to the left and wide. And Roscommon Gaels missing a couple of chances, don't they?
They are indeed, and they've missed a few place balls, and it's the type of a day you need to be putting those away because a goal isn't too far away in conditions like this. And Strokestown certainly won't give up without a fight, and Roscommon Gaels certainly would need to be putting those chances away.
Ball kicked out the far side of the field, and referee Tony Flaherty saying that Emmett Sweeney had pushed his man there, free up for Strokestown, Michael Donlan. And Michael Donlan, a very poor free from him back towards Declan Duke, who gives it leather down the field, and it's caught there by Kevin McStay, but he's in traffic, and he has lost out to Michael Donlan, who fits the ball back towards Richie Glover. Richie Glover has it now, and he turns inside. Good play by him, and Kevin McStay working hard for the Roscommon Gaels men. Blocked there by a combination of Fergal O'Donnell and Alan Nolan, and Alan Nolan has come out very well, and that's a sideline ball. Great persistent play there by Alan Nolan, and Roscommon Gaels will take this sideline kick. Kevin McStay, the former Mayo All-Star footballer who is now working in Athlone and living in Roscommon town, will take this one, and he's looking for an option inside. I'm sure he'll be looking for Fergal O'Donnell, who has come fairly far out the field. He kicked it very high, and that's exactly who he's looking for. He's looking for Fergal O'Donnell, and that's some good play in there by Damien Donlan. Out to his brother Michael, who's centre half back, and left footed from Michael out towards the far side of the field. Leo Shield is all on his own. Emmett Sweeney slips as he goes towards him, and he gives it way over the far side of the field, over towards Martin McDermott, and Declan Duke is there, and a foul on Martin McDermott, and the free will be taken very quickly, and in towards the corner. Cliffy MacDonald is going backward, and Ronan Owens and Clifford MacDonald, a bit of an altercation over there. Tom Lyons is there as well, and the ball is kicked into the centre of the field. That's a very poor sideline kick, and Gaels just getting away with a bit of loose play there. In fact, Tom Lyons is on the ball now, and he's been held up inside in there by Martin McDermott. A free for the Gaels, and taken very quickly in towards Kieran Heenan. Kieran Heenan in towards the corner. Fergal O'Donnell has it now, about 40 yards out. It's pouring with rain at the moment in Dr. Hyde Park. And Benji Penny has it now, drops the ball out of his hands, and referee Tony Flaherty says he has overplayed it, so Strokestown are on the ball once again, and they're getting a little bit more into this game. Michael Donlan lets it in very, very high, and James Lyons and Ronan Owens are inside in there, and Chris Grogan comes out. A good clearance by Chris Grogan out into the centre of the field. O'Donnell has dropped it out of his hands straight into the path of Pádraig Oates. Pádraig Oates toe to hand, and that's a good pass. And right in front of Fergal O'Donnell, who catches it low. What an exciting prospect this player is. In towards Kieran Heenan, who steps outside his man, right-footed. Is this going to go over the bar? Caught inside by Donal Hanley, and scores at a premium here in this county final. And kicked out towards Leo Shield on the far side of the field. Leo Shield all on his own. He's tackled in there by Liam McNeil, and but Strokestown continue. Leo Shield is on the ball once again. In towards the centre, in towards Richard Dolan. Richard Dolan high in towards Ronan Owens. Broken away from him, however, by James Lyons. And Cliffy MacDonald has it. Hits the ground hard and is fouled. And he takes the free very quickly over towards Emmett Sweeney. Emmett Sweeney has it now, looking for an option inside. That's a better ball for a forward. In towards Kevin McStay, who's playing well for the Gaels, and he's gone round his man very well and gives the ball inside in towards Alan Nolan. Alan Nolan turns once, then twice, and in fact he was fouled, caught around the neck there, and it's a free in for the Roscommon Gaels men. So far it looks like Roscommon Gaels are the better team, but they're not pressing home their advantage, Tony.
Certainly, and Roscommon Gaels seem to be getting men behind the ball at all times, and when the Strokestown attacked there was 2 or 3 Roscommon Gaels men propped up to move the ball out well out of defence. There was support everywhere, and to have a free, to work the free. Strokestown aren't certainly not settling into the game, and I think the fact that their midfield didn't work and that Ronan Owens had to be moved to pull forward and Owen Donlan out has an effect. But Owen Donlan is making an impact now at midfield, and Emmett Sweeney's coming more into it. So we're in for a good game, there's no doubt about that, and the conditions are beginning to improve a wee bit. They're getting used to the conditions, and it looks like that we're going to have a better game in hand.
Thanks, Tony. And Ross Shannon will take this one about 35 yards out. He strikes it left footed. It's going to go over the bar. It does. It's a good score for the Gaels. Scores at a premium, and that's Ross Shannon with a point for Roscommon Gaels. 5 points to 1. 25 minutes gone in the first half here at Dr. Hyde Park. Donald Hanley to kick out the ball. Right-footed from him out into the centre of the field. The Gaels are doing well so far. Emmett Sweeney put his hands on that one but didn't get it. Gaels are winning all the breaks at the moment. This is Liam McNeil. Liam McNeil drops the ball though. Back to Ronan McPhillips, and Ronan McPhillips has been fouled there, and it's a free in for the Strokestown men. As the rain pours down again in Hyde Park. It's going to be kicked by Luke Dolan, who's very far out the field. A great kick from him, a very high one, and where is this one going to drop? It's going to drop for Roscommon Gaels again. Pádraig Oates on the ball, about 35 yards out from his own goal, is knocked to the ground, and that's a free, and will put down the ball, and maybe this is a free to be taken by David Hoare. There's a Roscommon Gaels man, there's a Roscommon Gaels man injured inside in there. It's Emmett Sweeney who's injured on the 21-yard line, and the referee is going in. So, Donny, at the moment, Roscommon Gaels are by far the better team, but at the same time, we're not taking the chances that maybe would reflect on the scoreboard.
Oh, absolutely, but the real difference in the game is Roscommon Gaels are getting men around the ball is breaking, they seem to have the men there to pick up the breaks. At that time there was 4 Roscommon Gaels men there to pick up that break. Pádraig Oates came out of it, and I think that's where Roscommon Gaels are really coming to the fore. It's going to be a difficult day to get scores, there's no doubt about that. Strokestown aren't getting near enough to goal to get even frees for Luke Dolan to show his talent in that area. They're not getting many scoring opportunities. Roscommon Gaels are creating the chances, deserve their lead, and unlucky not to be a few more points ahead. And if Strokestown don't get to grips with Roscommon Gaels, this game will be over by half time.
Emmett Sweeney is okay, and play will resume with a free for Roscommon Gaels. About 35 yards out, Pádraig Oates will take the free. Left footed from Pádraig Oates, very high towards Benji Penny and his marker Leo Shield, but it has broken once again. A lot of broken ball here, and a tackle on Liam McNeil there. Yes, indeed. You're welcome back to Dr. Hyde Park, Joe, and to our Shannon side listeners. It's 5 points to 1 for Roscommon Gaels. They're playing very well. Strokes are on the ball at the moment, and it's kicked inside. James Lyons, the full back, and Ronan Owens, the full forward, who has been moved there from midfield, and the ball has slid out over the sideline, and it'll be a sideline ball for the Roscommon Gaels men. David Hoare will kick this one in towards Declan Duke, and Declan Duke kicks a long one, long ball down towards Kevin McStay, but it's dropped by his marker there, but pulled away from him by Richie Glover, and the ball has gone out over the sideline once again. Absolutely terrible conditions at the moment. The Gaels have scored points through Benji Penny, 1 from Fergal O'Donnell, a tremendous point from him, and 2 from frees from Ross Shannon. 5 points, and Strokestown's only point so far has come from Owen Donlan. Roscommon Gaels playing well at the moment. A sideline kick taken by David Hoare, very high. It's going to drop for Kevin McStay, who goes high and breaks it down for Pádraig Oates. About 60 yards out, Pádraig Oates toe to hand, gives it back towards Kevin McStay, a foolish pass, because there was a man marking him, and that man is Ronan McPhillips. Right footed from him up towards the centre of the field, and caught by John Towie. Strokestown trying desperately to get something going. James Lyons and Ronan Owens have come out for the ball, and it's broken down very well down towards Marcus Hanley. Marcus Hanley is knocked to the ground, and it's a free in for the Strokestown men, and I'm sure Luke Dolan will come up and take this one. It's only 5 points to 1, not a lot in it, and Luke Dolan will be favoured to kick this ball over the bar. 5 points to 1, and it's absolutely terrible conditions here at Dr. Hyde Park. We've had torrential rain almost since the start of this game. Luke Dolan will kick this one, and about 35 yards out, left with it from Luke Dolan. He's a great free taker. That's a superb point from Luke Dolan. It's 5 points to 2, and despite Roscommon Gaels' dominance in this game, Donny, there's only 3 points in it, and as you say, a goal could come so easily in this game.
That's correct, and that's just what Strokestown needed, a free in near to get Luke on his game, and Roscommon Gaels brought on themselves by a bit of short passing on the half-hour line. They have changed their game. They were playing a very direct game into Fergal O'Donnell, who was doing extremely well at full forward, and they have changed for some reason or another, and they're paying the penalty for it. So I think that if Roscommon Gaels are to keep ahead, they have to keep the game direct because of the conditions.
The rain has eased off somewhat as Chris Grogan takes this kick out. It's not a very good one out towards the side of the field. Kieran Heenan is running out for it, but it's won by the Strokestown men, and out over the sideline, and it's a sideline ball for the Roscommon Gaels men. And Alan Nolan will kick this one very short in towards Tom Lyons, and Tom Lyons, 2 players round him, and he's been tackled very hard, but he does well to squirm his way out. And Pádraig Oates has a very short passing by Roscommon Gaels. That's Kieran Heenan who kicks it low in towards Kevin McStay, but it's won very well by the Strokestown men. But Benji Penny has picked up that ball very well, and Benji Penny has been fouled. Benji Penny is playing very well for Roscommon Gaels here today, and Roscommon Gaels lead by 5 points to 2. A good crowd at the county final here, and we'll hope that the conditions clear up a bit. The rain has stopped at Hyde Park. Benji Penny has kicked the ball very high in towards Fergal O'Donnell, who rises very high. It's broken away from him by Damien Donnan. It's picked up inside by Ross Shannon, who's hit very hard inside in there, and will be a free for the Roscommon Gaelsmen. And Ross Shannon down injured at the moment, so it's 5 points to 2. And I make it that it's just gone beyond half time here, just over the 30 minutes, and this will be a chance for the Roscommon Gaels and Kevin McStay to go into a 6 points to 2 lead. And with the conditions, the players doing very well out there. It's an entertaining game, and Roscommon Gaels playing very well at the moment. So we're just coming up to the half-time whistle. Ross Shannon, who was knocked on the ground for that foul there, and he's going to take this free himself from the 21-yard line. So Ross Shannon, who played in the county final 2 years ago when Strokestown beat Roscommon Gaels, is getting ready to kick this one from the 21-yard line. He's really taking his time, and there's a puddle of water now inside. Such was the intensity of the rain that we've seen here at Dr. Hyde Park, the puddle in the goal mouth. But Ross Shannon will kick this one left-footed comfortably over the bar, and now it's 6 points to 2 for Roscommon Gaels, and the Gaels have done well, Donny.
Absolutely. Benji Penny was fouled 60 metres out from goal there, and he took the direct route. He kicked in a high ball, and Fergal O'Donnell broke it down, and Ross Shannon got onto it, was fouled, and another point. It's simple as that, straightforward play today, and the conditions being what they are.
It's half-time here at Dr. Hyde Park. Roscommon Gaels are leading at the moment. They're playing very well, but there's 30 minutes of tough, hard championship football in difficult conditions to come. But for now, we'll hand back to the studio on a half-time score from Dr. Hyde Park of Roscommon Gaels 6 points, Strokestown 2 points. Significantly, it's Strokestown to come up with the ball in towards Ronan McPhillips. A very good catch from Ronan McPhillips, right-footed from him, but it's not going to go over the bar. Chris Grogan has it, a cool kick from him out towards Kieran Heenan, right-footed though, but that's a poor kick. It's going to be caught by Leo Shield, who almost drops it out of his hands but doesn't. And he flips it over towards this side of the field, over towards Michael Donlan, and Michael Donlan toe to hand, wondering what to do with it, and very few options inside. Roscommon Gaels backs marking very well, but he spots Leo Shield about 35 yards out, and Leo Shield cuts in from the right and drops the ball on the ground, seems to drop it out of his hands, and in fact drops it at the feet of Pádraig Oates. And Pádraig Oates playing very well for Roscommon Gaels, but here's the star so far, Benji Penny, gets the ball up into his hands. He started brilliantly for Roscommon Gaels and had a very good first half, has pulled a couple of times and is awarded a free, and Benji Penny will kick it right-footed up towards Fergal O'Donnell, and in fact that passes Fergal O'Donnell and drops into the hands of Damien Donlan, the Strokestown captain, out around 50 yards of the field, and he kicks it in very, very high, and danger for Roscommon Gaels here. It is dropped at the feet of one of the Strokestown men, Martin McDermott, and he has been penalised by the referee for picking the ball off the ground. A dangerous situation for Roscommon Gaels there, and the Gaels will have to be on their guard. If Martin McDermott put a foot under that, that could have been in the back of the net. Absolutely,
Seamus, and if you look at the game before that, Strokestown, Leo Shields lost possession. It was cleared, and Damien Donlan won it very well. Gave a ball 60 metres long into the full forward line, broke, and Marty picked it off the ground, and if he didn't, it could have been in the net. And as you say, like, the long ball today is the only ball that you can play, because conditions are too bad, underfoot conditions are too bad, and the rain's still coming down, and the surface getting more slippy as time goes on.
Chris Grogan has kicked the ball out from that free, and it's broken down by Ronan McPhillis, but caught very well there by Clifford MacDonald, and he's pulled round his neck there, and a free given by Anthony Flaherty, and it's put down there, and it's going to be a free out for the Roscommon Gaels men. Declan Duke going to kick this one about 56 or 57 yards out from the Roscommon Gaels goal. So Declan Duke strikes this one right footed. It's a very good one, a very high one too. Lee McNeil has gone high for it, and it has passed all the backs and forwards, but not Damien Donlan and Fergal O'Donnell, and it's picked up by Ross Shannon, and a push on Damien Donlan by Fergal O'Donnell there, and it's a free for the Strokestown men, and it's a free about 22 or 23 yards out right footed from Damien Donlan, very high, and Declan Duke punches it out, but only as far as Ronan McPhillips. Emmett Sweeney goes down low and comes up with it very, very well. Great skill involved in that, and Emmett Sweeney appeared to have taken a good few steps, and in fact he did, and it's a free for the Strokestown men, and Strokestown anxious to get on with the play at the moment, and in fact it's Colin Dowd who's down there, but kicked by Michael Donlan, and kicked in towards Declan Duke. A good pick up from him out towards Clifford MacDonald, and MacDonald, the young Clifford MacDonald, out towards the far side of the field, out towards Kevin McStay, and ball gone out over the sideline, and sideline kick for the Strokestown men, no score since half time, and we've had 3 minutes of play. Kicked into the centre by the Strokestown men. There appeared to have been a push on the back by Clifford MacDonald there, and in fact there was on John Towie, and it'll be a free, and this is a dangerous position from a Roscommon Gaels point of view, because Luke Dolan has been kicking such fantastic frees, and in fact the last day in the county semi-final, which is the North final, he kicked a succession of tremendous long range points, and this will test him out here now in the slippy ground. Luke Dolan from the 50-yard line, and this should suit him. The angle should suit him, a left-footed kicker, and it's a very, very high one, but it's dropping out, and in fact it hasn't gone, and in fact it has gone now, because Ronan Owens got his fist to that. In fact it was Leo Shield, and Leo Shield has put that one out wide. So a rather tame start to the second half, but Strokestown looking dangerous.
True, Strokestown seem to be putting under pressure and getting the ball in around the danger area. The first score in the second half is going to be very important, and I'm sure and certain the Gaels don't want to concede it, and I'm sure and certain Strokestown don't want to concede it. Strokestown actually have got the better exchanges early in the second half, and I see they're introducing the sub now, Tom Corcoran, into the game, so Tom will be very difficult to handle. I'm sure he'll be going in around the full forward line, and Marty McDermott is coming out, so that'll be interesting. This will be very interesting, Seamus.
Tom Corcoran, who has been a leading light in the Strokestown club for many years, has come onto the field, and David Hoare runs into him just to say, Tom, I'm afraid you're not going to get anything nice and anything too easy in here, and we're going to have a bit of crack now, as Donny Shine says, and low in towards Lee McNeil, caught by Leo Shield, and there seems to be a bit of more purpose about the Strokestown men now, and in fact it has fallen inside and picked off the ground, and in fact it wasn't a pull on James Lyons, the fullback in there, and Roscommon Gaels are surviving, but they want to get the ball up the field, because there seems to be a slight bit more purpose about the Strokestown men now, and Chris Grogan will take this kick, right footed from Chris Grogan, a very, very high one, out towards Emmett Sweeney, or Alan Nolan, who appear to have been pulled, but it's fallen for Kevin McStay, a very poor pass from Kevin McStay, and it's cut out by the Strokestown men, and it's Leo Shield, but he has dropped the ball out of his hands. It's going to be hit hard by Pádraig Oates, and back towards this side of the field, back towards Richard Dolan, who seemed to have overcarried the ball there, in towards Luke Dolan, and out there with Luke Dolan is Kieran Heenan, who's tackling very well, and he has stepped inside his man, right footed from him, and in towards the corner, and it's stopped very well inside there by Clifford MacDonald. Some great play from Clifford, out towards this side of the field, out towards Declan Duke, and Declan Duke has found Kieran Heenan, and Kieran Heenan a very high one towards Ross Shannon. The ball is breaking inside, in towards Michael Donlan, and good hard exchanges now in the county final. It's not going to be a very high scoring game as it falls for Colin Dowd, and Colin Dowd over the far side of the field, and chance for Leo Shield. He kicks it in low, in towards Tom Corcoran, who's on the ball now. He's 14 yards out, and he's inside David Hoare. He has a chance of taking a score, but that's a poor one. Chris Grogan comes out, left footed from Chris Grogan, very high out into the centre of the field, so Tom Corcoran not making an impact on his first chance there. Lee McNeil in towards Ross Shannon, and Ross Shannon, the diminutive Ross Shannon, in towards Lee McNeil, who's hit hard and fouled inside, and a chance for Roscommon Gaels to move the ball very quickly in there, and I don't see Fergal O'Donnell, and Fergal O'Donnell should be inside in the full forward line there. In fact I do now. He's moving into position, and maybe Strokestown are beginning to pull Fergal O'Donnell out the field, and that's a very good run from Fergal O'Donnell, and the ball is kicked into him into the corner, and out there with him is Richard Glover, and what's Fergal O'Donnell going to do with it now? He's 10 yards out, and a very dangerous player, toe to hand, and there's two players around him. He's got inside, brilliant play, and he has passed the ball towards Ross Shannon, but it's cut out by the Strokestown men, and Luke Dolan has picked up the ball in his own full back line, and Luke Dolan comes soloing out the field. Lovely skill from Luke Dolan. He's 50 yards out now. That's great play from them, and he kicks the ball in field, but Pádraig Oates, who's doing well for Roscommon Gaels, has it. Toe to hand from him now in the centre of the field. Gives it out towards Kevin McStay. McStay with McPhillips out there, and Kevin McStay wondering what to do. He's going to kick it back towards Tommy Lyons, and Tommy Lyons has given it leather into the centre of the field, in towards Ross Shannon. Ball broken down, but that's good play by the Strokestown men, and that was Colm Dow. Colm Dow gets his pass in out towards this side of the field, and it's Luke Dolan who has it now, and low from Luke Dolan, and he has given it in towards Declan Duke there, and Declan Duke is going to be called by the referee Tony Flaherty for that foul there, and Declan Duke, his name is going into the referee's book. He is a foul on Richard Glover, and it's good hard exchanges but not much scoring, Tony.
Good hard exchange, getting a wee bit scrappy, Seamus, and I think that's for that foul come in there. Strokestown removing the ball short, and instead of getting it into the danger area, to have a few big men in there, and they should be putting in there. I think that, it's really getting impact, and Anthony Flaherty, he has to call order now at this stage, because there's been a few hard collisions now, and he, for safety's sake.
Anthony Flaherty has taken the name of Ronan Owens, and one of the Roscommon Gaels players will tell you who it is in just a minute. Went very low for the ball, and he got a puck in the gob, as the fella says, from Ronan Owens, and in fact it looked like Tom Lyons. In fact it was Tom Lyons who went down low, and the name of Declan Duke and the name of Ronan Owens have been put into referee Tony Flaherty's book over the last minute or so. So two tackles there going punished by the referee, and as Tony Shine said, he's stamping his authority on this game, and Tom Lyons okay, and he's ready to continue, and the name of Ronan Owens gone into the book, and Chris Grogan will come out to take this free about 35 yards out from the Roscommon Gaels goal, and I make it that there's 9 minutes gone in the second half here. 9 minutes gone, and Chris Grogan is going to kick out the ball from about 35 yards out. Right foot, he slips as he takes it. That's a poor kick from him, and Ronan McPhillips has grabbed it, and Ronan McPhillips in the centre of the field hasn't made a huge impact so far, but that's a very good pass on the far side of the field over towards Colm Dowd, and he's tackled by one of the Roscommon Gaels men, but Tom Corcoran has it now, left footed from him, and that's a very poor kick from Tom Corcoran, and that's gone out wide, and Strokestown are wasting their possession, don't they?
Absolutely wasting their possession. They certainly need to settle down and get a score, even if they're to take it in and get a free or whatever. To get a score on the board, it's very, very important for Strokestown at this stage, and Tom Corcoran should have done better there. He was in a good position, he was unmarked, and he didn't hit the target at all. So Strokestown will certainly need to pull up on that score.
No score since half-time. 6 points for Roscommon Gaels, 2 points for Strokestown. Right-footed from Christy Grogan, out towards this side of the field. Caught on this side of the field by Kieran Heenan. Hit hard by one of the Strokestown men, but retains possession and kicks it up towards Ross Shannon, who's knocked to the ground and does very well. Gets his pass away towards Pádraig Oates. However, the referee, Tony Flaherty, spotted a foul on Ross Shannon there, who had got Pádraig Oates away. That's really penalising the Gaels rather than giving them a free, because Pádraig Oates was away there, but Ross Shannon will take this one out of his hands, and he has spotted a man running inside. It's Fergal O'Donnell, who has gone round his man, Fergal O'Donnell, and he's 20 yards out. He gives it back towards Benji Penny, who's hit hard, and can Benji Penny get a shot in there? It's well blocked down by the Strokestown defence, and Kevin McStay has it now, but it's picked up by the Strokestown men, and they come away well in the shape of Damien Donnan out towards this side of the field. Fergal O'Donnell is with him now, right-footed into the centre, and Pádraig Oates is going for it, but it's well done by the Strokestown men. Seamus Shield has it, his jersey was pulled, but no free, says the referee. Over towards the far side of the field, a terrible pass from him, and Ross Shannon has it now. He's going to give it inside in towards Lee McNeil, 21 yards out. Left footed from Lee McNeil. Is that over the bar? It's not. It was a good attempt from Lee McNeil. He was running away from the goals, but that ball has gone out wide, and there's another substitute warming up for Strokestown, and that's the inter-county star Martin Fallon, and he'll shortly be in the action. Tom Corcoran is on already, and Roscommon Gaels have kicked that wide there, and in fact the substitute is being called on by the referee. In fact, he is being called on, and it'll be interesting to see who comes off there. In fact, we can tell you that it's Ronan Owens who's coming off, so Martin Fallon and Tom Corcoran in the game now, Donny.
Yes, Martin Fallon, I'm sure, will be anxious to make a big impression on the game. He's been out with injury for quite a time, so I'm certainly he'll be putting everything into it, and certainly Strokestown need him at the moment. And as you said, Seamus, there's no score since half-time, and certainly the game needs a score, and Strokestown certainly need a score. So I think Ross Shannon and the Roscommon Gaels forward is having a very good game. He's very alert. He's getting on to it. I think the score may come from Ross.
Yes, indeed, and the ball was kicked out into the centre of the field there. Alan Nolan was fouled out there on the far side of the field, and it's a free for the Roscommon Gaels men, 55 yards out. No score since half-time. It's quite a nice evening now as Kevin McStay takes that free very quickly. Alan Nolan has it now, and Ross Shannon is out for it. That's Donny Shine predicted back towards Benji Penny. That's a very good shot from Benji Penny. That's a lovely score from Benji Penny, and that is the third point from play from Benji Penny, and Benji Penny certainly is a very good score taker, Donny.
Absolutely, and his position was excellent because Ross Shannon certainly seems to be the forward that's causing the Strokestown backs problem. He's out in front. It's his best game I've seen him playing this year, and Benji Penny latched onto it lovely. Very good position, very good score, possibly the best score of the game so far.
Good score from Roscommon Gaels. It's 7 points to 2 now out into the centre of the field. Roscommon Gaels appear to have picked up the break, but they haven't. The substitute has it. Martin Fallon. Ball knocked out of his hands. Porrick Oates has it now, and he's in the centre of the field. Ball knocked out of his hand, and a lot of messing and pulling with the ball out towards Benji Penny. Ball pulled away from Benji Penny. He's playing very well. He gets his kick away towards Kevin McStay, who's hit hard by two of the Strokestown men there, but he retains possession and will give it back towards Benji Penny. And Benji Penny right-footed down into the corner. There's two men marking Fergal O'Donnell at this stage, and Fergal O'Donnell heels the ball back over the line, and in fact it's a sideline ball for the Strokestown men, taken very quickly towards Michael Donlan, and two Gaels players run into each other, and Michael Donlan gets his pass away towards this side of the field towards Leo Shield. Leo Shield is brought to ground, and it's a free, and Roscommon Gaels doing well. There's 13 and a half minutes gone in this second half. Leo Shield, right footed from Leo Shield. Declan Duke has intercepted the ball and has got it away very well out towards Tom Lyons, and Tom Lyons back towards Emmett Sweeney. Emmett Sweeney has it now, and he will give the ball kick the ball as hard as he can in towards Fergal O'Donnell. Is it going to go out over the sideline? It's not. O'Donnell goes down for it. The big man Fergal O'Donnell, he's only 22 years of age, and Damien Donlan has been fouling him over on the far side of the field, and I think that Tony, that so far on balance I think Fergal O'Donnell has won the argument with Damien Donlan.
Absolutely, and Fergal is getting very good ball. He's making very good use of it. Fergal is taking on Damien Donlan, and I think he's such a strong lad. He's getting around. Damien has an awful lot of difficulty trying to stop him. I think that certainly the deploy of Strokestown moving Ronan McPhillips to midfield has been bad, because Tom Lyons is actually cleaning up a lot of loose ball there. He's putting the ball in first time into the Roscommon Gaels full forward line, and the Roscommon full corner forward Kevin McStay is moving out, and Fergal O'Donnell is moving over into that side, which is creating a very big space in front of the Strokestown goal, and that is where the scores are coming from. Ross Callahan is getting onto them very well, and Fergal O'Donnell, and they're linking up very well. Benji Penny hanging around, and he's getting the breaks and so forth.
The ball free kicked in by Kevin McStay has hit the post, and Porrick Oates has come out to pick up the rebound, and he gets his pass away as far as Tom Lyons, who, as Tony Shine said, is picking up a lot of the breaks. Ross Shannon has it now. A very intelligent pass from Ross Shannon back towards Kevin McStay. He can't miss this one. He doesn't either, and that's a great point from Kevin McStay after 15 minutes in the second half, and Roscommon Gaels now lead by 8 points to 2, and they're looking very good here, and that was a very intelligent pass, and as you said, Tony, Ross Shannon playing very well.
Well, Ross Shannon, and the last two scores they got, Ross Shannon set him up. He was in a position himself to take the points, but he made dead sure of them, and it's a sign of a very intelligent player, and I think Ross is having a wonderful game today, and he's certainly causing Strokestown an awful lot of problems.
Ball kicked out by Strokestown. Roscommon Gaels playing very well. They've waited a long time for a title. It's not theirs yet. There's 15 minutes to go, but Strokestown will really have to get motoring if they're going to beat the Gaels now, and the Gaels have the ball over on the far side of the field, pulling, pushing and shoving. Benji Penny, who's done very well for the Gaels, back towards Emmett Sweeney, a little bit casual by him. Tom Lyons will go low and is hit hard inside, but it's back towards Kieran Heenan, out towards Ross Shannon once again, and Ross Shannon is having a tremendous game for the Roscommon Gaels men, and his man there, the cornerback Seamus Shield, has put the ball out over the sideline, and it's a sideline kick for the Roscommon Gaels men, and Lee McNeil is out there, and let's see what Lee McNeil can do. Of course, brother of Porrick McNeil, who played back in 1980 as a 17-year-old, and Lee McNeil will kick this one in very high, and it's going to drop inside in towards Fergal O'Donnell and Ross Shannon, but it's well done there by Colm Dowd, right footed from Colm Dowd, out towards this side of the field, and it's blocked here by Emmett Sweeney, and the Gaels are getting all the breaks at the moment, and Ronan McPhillips comes out to tackle Emmett Sweeney, but that's a poor pass from Sweeney, and he gets his pass away inside, hit hard by Ross Shannon, out towards Ronan McPhillips. McPhillips right footed, but only across the field. Tom Lyons should field this one, and Tom Lyons is doing very well, and he's picking up a lot of ball. Kieran Heenan, right footed from Kieran Heenan. Oh, that's a great score from Kieran Heenan. A superb score from the half-back. And I think Tony Shine has correctly identified Strokestown's problem. They have brought Ronan McPhillips out into the middle of the field, and Tom Lyons is cleaning up.
Absolutely, Tom has handed the last 3 scores, and they're the 3 scores in the second half. And Tom Lyons has picked up the loose ball there, and he has distributed extremely well, and there's 3 excellent points. And I think there's no doubt at this stage that the Roscommon Gaels are certainly going to go and lift the Fahy Cup unless Strokestown can get something going.
No. Very good, Joe, and it'll be Willen and Alan Gaels in the Leitrim County final. That should be a tremendous final, and final you'll be able to hear here on Shannonside Radio. But we'll continue with the Roscommon final, and the ball is kicked out into the centre of the field. Tom Lyons has it once again, and Tom Lyons, as Donny Shine correctly said, but that's a poor pass from him, and it's gone out over the sideline. But Strokestown have brought Ronan McPhillips into the centre of the field, but it's his marker that's playing well, Tom Lyons, and Strokestown will have to get something moving now. They're 7 points down, and into the corner, and a good tackle over there on the far side of the field by Clifford MacDonald. Knocked his man, but a free, and legally so says the referee, a free and a foul on one of the Strokestown men over on the far side of the field, and Strokestown will have to get something moving very quickly. 9 points to 2 for Roscommon Gaels, and over there to take this one is Luke Dolan. He'll be expected to boom a big one in here, and it's way over on the far side of the field, about 2 yards in from the far sideline on the 21-yard line, and he booms one in as predicted, and it's going to land in the square, and a chance. Great catch inside by Pádraig Oates, and a great catch from him, and he gets the ball away back towards Kieran Heenan, and Kieran Heenan, not a great pass from him, but it goes over the heads of both Gaels players and Strokestown players. A foul by Ross Shannon there on Richard Dolan, and it's a free for the Strokestown men. So what can Strokestown do now? Michael Donlan will kick this one very high, and it's going to be fielded inside there, but dropped out of his hands, and dropped twice by Tom Corcoran, and Luke Dolan is on the ball now. Let's see what Luke Dolan can do. He leaves the ball for Ronan McPhillips. A lot of messing going on at the moment, and Richard Dolan has the ball now. What can he do? He gets it inside, and it's well blocked down by the Gaels, and this is a tremendous performance by the Gaels so far. They have about 11 minutes to hold out here at Dr. Hyde Park. Right-footed inside by Michael Donlan as the rain comes again. And Tom Corcoran is down for it. He's about 14 yards out, Tom Corcoran. And he's been tackled hard by David Hoare inside. And a good chance for Strokestown here now as Michael Donlan gets the ball. Twisting and turning inside. He's staying on his feet. Now it's driven inside. And in fact, it's a free out for Strokestown because Michael Donlan overcarried the ball. Good defensive play by Roscommon Gaels there. They kept Michael Donlan on his feet, and no penalty.
Absolutely, very well surrounded there, and there's no doubt that Strokestown are going to make a surge now, and Roscommon Gaels have got to be prepared for it. I thought Michael should have shot first time there. He tried to take on the defence, but Roscommon Gaels were having none of it. So I think it is very good defended by Roscommon Gaels, and it could be the difference at the end of the game.
Yes, indeed, and the ball is on the far side of the field after the kick out there, and Ronan McPhillips not too happy with something that happened over on the far side of the field. In fact, Clifford MacDonald is involved with it, and Ronan McPhillips will be awarded a free for the Strokestown men, and it's all a storm in a teacup because Strokestown are so anxious to get on with the game now. It's 10 minutes to go here in the 1994 Roscommon County Senior Football Final as Luke Dolan will kick this one. Left-footed, very high, in towards the corner, and it's caught there by Owen Donlan. Left-footed from him, very high across the field. And up there for it is Emmett Sweeney. Pulled away, however, towards one of the Strokestown men, and that's Michael Donlan in there. And Michael Donlan has kicked that ball over the bar. In fact, it's not. It's Colm Dowd that has kicked that ball over the bar. Colm Dowd, the half-back. Ball breaking for him, and that's Strokestown's first score in a long time. It's their first score since the second last minute of the second half. And as we watch Roscommon Gaels bringing on a substitute, number 17, Michael McHale, the county minor star, is going on the field, and I think we'll see Alan Nolan coming out. So Alan Nolan coming off, and we see another Strokestown sub coming on, Shane Flaherty, who did so well against Castlereagh. So lots of changes being made by the teams, and I'm sure, as Donny said earlier on, Donny, we can expect Strokestown to come in the last 10 minutes.
Absolutely, because they haven't scored. That's the first point since way into the first half, and it's not Strokestown style of play. They're normally a good scoring team, and I'm sure they're very disappointed with their scoring contribution today.
Ball inside, but a chance for Strokestown, but great catch inside by Clifford MacDonald. Back towards Declan Duke, and he gets the ball out towards this side of the field. Will it go out over the sideline? It doesn't. Benji Penny has it. He has covered acres of ground here in Dr. Hyde Park today. He switches the ball inside. That's a tremendous kick from Benji Penny. And Michael McHale is running outside Emmett Sweeney, but Emmett Sweeney has held on to the ball. Is he going to kick this one over the bar? Left-footed from Emmett Sweeney, and that's gone out wide, and maybe he should have passed that ball on. Michael McHale was an option inside, and Strokestown now in a major rush to get on with the play. 9 minutes left in the county final, and Donal Hanley will kick out this ball. It's 9 points to 3 now, and you got the feeling that this game is just not over yet. And 3 substitutes on for Strokestown, 1 on for Roscommon Gaels. Michael McHale is on for Alan Nolan, right-footed from Hanley, out into the centre of the field, and very high players jumping up for it. Lee McNeil went down low for it and is knocked to the ground, illegally so says the referee, and it's a free in for Roscommon Gaels. Kevin McStay over to take this free for Roscommon Gaels, and it's 50 yards out. So let's see what the former Mayo All-Star, Ballina Stephen Knight's All-Star can do. He kicks it very quickly in towards Ross Shannon. Ross Shannon back to Kevin McStay out the far side of the field. And that's Kieran Heenan, and that's a poor kick from Kieran Heenan, and that's gone out wide. So maybe the Gaels becoming a little bit lackadaisical at the moment.
Yes, I thought at that stage that Kevin McStay should have gone for the direct kick. He was 45 metres out. He would have dropped it around the edge of the square, certainly not gone over the bar, and I'm sure Fergal O'Donnell wouldn't have let it pass there too handy. So I don't think they should start this short messing passing at this stage. They're playing well. Paddy Goetz seems to be going back, helping out the defence very well. Emma Sweeney's helping out the forwards very much so, and they should stay direct because they have the forwards who have the legs to beat the Strokestown backs.
Ronan McPhillips is on the ball, and he gets his pass away, and that's a good pass inside in towards Owen Donlan, who will take the free very quickly. But it's a very, very poor kick, and David Hoare has come racing out for it there, and Luke Dolan is with him. Goes down low for it. He has an option available for him if he wants him, and that's Clifford MacDonald. It's a free out. It looks like maybe could be even a throw-up ball there, and referee Anthony Flaherty there, I'd say, will throw up the ball. In fact, it was Declan Duke that was in there in that bit of a shamassel there, and an impasse situation. Ball will be thrown up 21 yards out. What can Strokestown do? Time is running out for them, but remember what happened in the All-Ireland hurling final last Sunday, and Strokestown that are on the attack. A chance for Strokestown inside, and it's kicked over the bar, and kicked very well over the bar too for the Strokestown men, and we'll tell you who that was in just a minute. It looks very much like John Towie. In fact, it was a sub that has just come in there, Shane Flaherty. Shane Flaherty has kicked the ball over the bar, and now there's only 5 points in the game. So what can Strokestown do? There's 7 minutes left in this county final, and Chris Grogan in no hurry to take this free. So have we excitement left in the Roscommon county final? 9 points to 4. Roscommon Gaels haven't won the title since 1980. Strokestown last won it in 1991, in 92 rather, beating Roscommon Gaels after a replay. So referee telling Chris Grogan to kick out the ball quickly, and that he does that right now, out into the centre of the field, picked up by Tom Lyons once again. He's playing very well in this second half. Ronan McPhillips is with him, back towards Benji Penny, right-footed from Benji Penny, and he's looking for Fergal O'Donnell, and the ball has run inside there, and in fact Fergal O'Donnell pulling there, and Lee McNeil involved in a bit of a shamazzle in there, but Strokestown will want to get on with the play, and moving the ball out after that pull by Fergal O'Donnell on Damien Donlan, and Leo Shield kicked it as hard as he can down into the corner, and Roscommon Gaels will want to keep their concentration. Great play by Clifford MacDonald there, up towards Lee McNeil, and Lee McNeil an illegal tackle there, says the referee, and Benji Penny has the ball, and it's a free for the Strokestown men. Richard Dolan will take this one. He won't, because Michael Donlan will. Michael Donlan kicks it down very high, and Roscommon Gaels will want to keep up to their work, because Luke Dolan has it now. It's dragged to the ground, and Roscommon Gaels would want to hurry up, and would want to mind what they do, because they're giving away a lot of frees. It's 9 points to 4, and Strokestown are coming back into this game, and Roscommon Gaels have dominated it, and it's certainly not over yet. I make it that there's 5.5 minutes left in the county final. Luke Dolan would be well advised to kick this ball over the bar to push only 4 points between them, and anything can happen in the last few minutes of this game. Right, left with it from Luke Dolan. Is that over the bar? Easily over the bar, and now there's only 4 points in the county final, and Strokestown coming well back into it, Donny.
They are, but Strokestown are very anxious, and being over anxious at sometimes. Owen Donlan made a mess of a free earlier on. If they had taken their point that time, left it down for Luke Dolan. When you have a good free taker like Luke Dolan, you must utilise them, and they haven't done so far today. They may be nearer if they could have, but they certainly need a goal to get back into this game, and I think Roscommon Gaels are very well organised. It mightn't happen.
5 minutes to go, just less than 5 minutes to go. Ball kicked out by Chris Grogan. Liam McNeil has put his hands on the ball. The Gaels need a score to settle them at the moment. And Pádraig Oates has it now. In towards Fergal O'Donnell. He goes low, but Ross Shannon has it now. In towards Kevin McStay. Left footed from Kevin McStay. Is that a good score? That's a tremendous score for Roscommon Gaels. And Roscommon Gaels now have gone into a 10 points to 5 lead. And that's a vital score for Roscommon Gaels, Tony.
A very good score. And once again, it is Ross Shannon who won the ball. Laid off a perfect ball to Kevin McStay. And I think Ross Shannon has set up some brilliant scores today. He's having an excellent game, and I think that certainly could be the clincher.
A terrible kick out by Doyle Hanley, and it looks like it might even go out over the sideline. Lee McNeil and his man go down low for it. Declan Duke has gone down for it, and let's see what Declan can do with it. He gets his clearance away. Roscommon Gaels playing like tigers now at the moment. And Benji Penny has whizzed round his man. And he's heading for the Strokestown goal. His jersey is pulled there. Not spotted by the referee. And he gets his pass away towards Ross Shannon once again. Very intelligent play by Ross Shannon. Back towards Michael McHale. Right footed from McHale. A tremendous score from the youngster. It's 11 points to 5 now. And Roscommon Gaels are sailing now. And after that brief period of dominance by Strokestown, that's a tremendous point from the youngster.
Yes, absolutely. And another terrific ball by Ross Shannon. He gave an excellent ball there to Michael McHale, and he took a terrific score, and I think certainly now that is the clincher on it for Roscommon Gaels.
11 points to 5. Roscommon Gaels haven't won since 1980, and there'll be celebrations in Roscommon Town tonight if they can hold on, but the ball is kicked in towards James Lyons and Damien Dallin, who's now gone full forward. Tom Corcoran has it now. He takes a free very quickly, and it's dropped inside at the feet of Luke Dolan. Not a very good idea, and he has been fouled inside there, and it's a foul on Luke Dolan, and in fact he tried to put the ball in the back of the net from a quick free, not to the liking of the referee, and in fact a little bit of shenanigans in there, but it's all forgotten about. And Roscommon Gaels very fired up inside there, and I make it that there's 2.5 minutes left here in this county final as the rain comes sheeting down here at Dr. Hyde Park. And we'd just like to mention at this point, before Luke Dolan takes this free, we'd like to thank our sponsors, the Westward Garage and Strokestown. And in fact, it was a go for a point there from John Towie, and he has go for a goal rather, and he has kicked the ball over the bar. It's 11 points to 6. So, Donny, with 2 minutes to go, it looks like Roscommon Gaels.
Yeah, it certainly looks like Roscommon Gaels will hold out. There was a glimmer of hope there for Strokestown. Luke Dolan seemed to get in for a goal, but Roscommon Gaels backs recovered very well, and they held it back to a point. So I think Roscommon Gaels, all they need now to do is hold their head and just keep the ball as far away from goal as possible and into the danger area at the other end. And this ball down the wing to Ross Shannon, who was playing very well. And I think that'll be it then.
Yes, indeed, and Ross Shannon winning that ball very well, and Michael McHale is on it now, the young man, and he has kicked it left-footed out. That's another attempt for a point, and as Doherty says there, the most important thing for Roscommon Gaels to do is to keep the ball away from the Strokestown, keep the ball away from their own goal, keep it up towards the Strokestown goal. They lead by 11 points to 6, and the ball is kicked out into the centre of the field. Atrocious conditions here at Dr. Hyde Park today. Ball breaking for Declan Duke, who pulls on it, and Fergal O'Donnell is inside. Can Roscommon Gaels finish with a flourish here? Back towards Kevin McStay, great turn from him. Back towards Benji Penny, right-footed from him, and that's a great score from Benji Penny. And it's 12 points now for Roscommon Gaels, and it's 6 points for the Strokestown men. And Roscommon Gaels have had some tremendous performances today.
Very good, and Benji Penny has been one of the stars of the party. He got 4 excellent points from play. It was him that started them off with the first 2 points, and it's him that's going to finish them off. I think Benji had an excellent, his positioning today was very good. He fed up Ross Shannon, he fed up Kevin McStay, and he did what you need with forwards. He'd get scores. That's what it's all about at the end of the day, who puts the most scores on the board. And I think there's no doubt now that Roscommon Gaels are going to lift the Fahey Cup today.
Most of our Roscommon listeners will know that this particular commentator will probably not be going to bed too early tonight, and if this scoreline stays the way it is, it's 12 points to 6 for Roscommon Gaels. They've waited 14 years in which they've had many disappointments, and in fact there's a sub coming on the Roscommon Gaels team. In fact, it looks like Dave Keys is going to come on, and in fact there's I make it there's about 30 seconds of normal time left. There's going to be a great night in the town of Roscommon tonight, I can guarantee you, if the Gaels can hold on. And there's a Gaels man badly injured in the centre of the field in there, and Tony Flaherty is going in to see what the source of the problem is as the Gaels mentors run out. And all fairness to Strokestown, they have been a great championship team over the years, but just on this particular day, Tony, they've met a side that's better than them.
No, absolutely, and they have been very sporting, and it has been the game has been played in atrocious conditions, but in a very sporting manner, and I think that's full credit to both teams for that. And Roscommon Gaels played the best football. They seem to be prepared better, and they worked the ball better out of defence. They were more direct. They had forwards who used the ball very intelligently, and that's, at the end of the day, that's what counts. At this stage now, that I think that there's no doubt about it. Like, Roscommon Gaels are certainly going to lift the Fahey Cup, and I think Porrick Oates is just recovering from that injury at the moment. And Porrick, who had a very good game at midfield today and helped out the defence very well.
Porrick Oates is coming off, and he puts his fist in the air. He knows now that maybe Roscommon Gaels are destined to lift the Fahey Cup. Dave Keys is on, and Christy Grogan will kick out the ball. We're very close to the final whistle. It's 12 points to 6, and still no whistle from the referee. Ball towards Clifford MacDonald. He pulls on it hard over towards this side of the field. Richard Dolan has it for the Strokestown men, and he kicks it right-footed into the corner. Roscommon Gaels have to maintain their concentration. Strokestown, a very dangerous championship team, and it's John Towie who's on the ball. Clifford MacDonald is with him there, and Tom Lyne scrapping well, putting the ball out over the sideline kick for the Strokestown men. Roland McPhillips will kick it right footed from Roland McPhillips. That's a very poor kick. It's going to tail out wide, and in fact it's all over. It's over, and Roscommon Gaels are the 1994 Roscommon senior football champions. They have produced a great display here at Dr. Hyde Park to win on a scoreline of Roscommon Gaels 12 points and Strokestown 6 points. And Donny, your final comments, what did you make out of that?
I think Roscommon Gaels a fine performance, very well prepared. It certainly deserved to win the game. Strokestown, in fairness, put up a very sporting display, and I think there's no doubt or question about it. There was only one winners on the day, and that's Roscommon Gaels. They were well prepared. They took their scores. They played more intelligently, and 12 points, and the conditions being what they are, most of them from play, was a good return for a day's work. Well done.
Okay, Johnny, can we wish you the best of luck with the Roscommon team? We'll be talking to you on several occasions over the next 3 years, and you're sort of making a start next Saturday in Kells. The best of luck to you.
Thanks very much, Seamus.
Okay, Joe, the party is just about to begin here in Roscommon Town. Roscommon Gaels have beaten Strokestown, a very good display in absolutely atrocious conditions. We'll hand back to the studio. The final score, Roscommon Gaels 12 points, Strokestown 6 points.
We have the track,